Alrighty, so this video is for Shelly, and this is an unboxing. I've used this. This is an Oster digital, I don't know what. So this is the box it came in. It's a digital countertop oven, turbo connection heat technology. It does a ton of stuff, and I am going to cook cornbread in it tonight. So I'm gonna walk you through it. Okay, back to the cooking. So some of you guys know that I'm trying my best to help with the electricity because I can't afford big electricity bills. So I'm really excited that I got this. Plus, I got the house open, and you can see that there. So I want to try and keep it as cool as possible in here, and this is one of the ways that I'm going to do it instead of using the big oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit bake. It's already at 350. That's where I always cook mine. And I'm going to hit start. Pretty simple. And it'll warm up, and it'll let me know when to put the cornbread in. So I'm going to go over here and show you how I make my cornbread. So while I'm showing you, before I show you, I want to show you my honey infusions. Oh, I stirred them up with this stick. Oh my goodness, I tasted both of them. Very, very yummy. Anyways, I just thought I'd show you a little picture of that. Okay, so I use, okay, so this is buttermilk cornbread, cornmeal, I'm sorry, not cornbread. And it's self-rising, and I like that the best. But I also use self-rising flour in it too. So I put in my flour already, and next I'm going to put my cornmeal, and that's a stain, guys. It's not dirty. I know somebody will see that and say, "Oh," but no, it was a stain from something. Can't remember what I put in it that stained it, but anyways, I think it was spaghetti or something, and I cooked it in the microwave. But anyways, back to the deal here. I have also made myself some buttermilk by putting, see how it's collaborated? I put regular whole milk into this glass, and I splashed some distilled vinegar in it, and I have an egg, and I'm going to show you how I do this. So I keep my my stuff in jars so that it keeps it safe. And I'm going to move this off of here and put some down in here. Guys, I don't measure nothing, but this is hard to pour because it's compacted. I just took the seal off of it because I did have it interlocked, so it's a little compacted. But I don't want too much, but I want enough that it will make a good cornbread. I don't like mine too thick, or too tall, I should say. Thick. I want the cornmeal and cornbread in here, the mixture a little bit thick, but I'll show you that as I go. So I got that cornmeal and self-rising flour. Both of them are self-rising, so I don't have to deal with, I could, and I have made it with powder and all that stuff, but I prefer it this way. It's easier, it's already put together, and I don't have to worry about it. Now, like I said, I never measure nothing. Now my next thing is I'm going to add the egg and a splash of oil. So there you have it. I got the egg in there and a splash of oil, and I do that so that I can get it kind of mixed in a little bit before I put in any of the milk. So, and while I'm doing this, I have over here on the stove the pan heating up with some oil in it. So hang on, I'll show you that too. So see here, I'm getting this hot so that when I pour that in there, it will kind of sear the bottom, and it'll help it keep from sticking. It also gives it a crunchy outside, which I really, really, really like. I'm going to get this mixed up because it's hard to hold this and mix at the same time and show you what consistency it is. Alright, so this is my consistency. I want it to kind of roll off the fork a little bit, but I also want it kind of thicker. I want it to smoothly roll, but I want it thick too. And I don't know how to explain this other than to show you how it falls off. Alrighty, so we're over here at the pan, and I want to test this to see if it's going to be hot enough. And it looks like it's going to be hot enough. Okay, so we pour this in. Normally I like it to sizzle a little bit more, and I've got to scrape the rest out with a spatula, so hang on. Okay, so see how it's kind of bubbling around the outside? That tells me it's time to go into the oven, the countertop oven, and I'll show you that in a minute. So there you have it. It's in the oven, and I never really time my cornbread. Sorry guys. I've been cooking for years, and I learned to cook from my grandmother, and she never timed anything either. So it'll rise and it'll get brown on the top, and I'll open it up and test it to see if it stays solid, and then I know it'll be done. So I have to say, I just started using a mandolin for slicing my potatoes. For years I did it by hand, and I used a knife really super thin. My grandmother was so particular about how thin that you did the potatoes, and even this would be too thick. But today I use this. I could still use a regular paring knife and cut them super thin, but I want you to look. This is what I don't like about the potatoes nowadays. It is, it's green. The skins are green, so I like to cut down past that skin that's green. Make sure that I don't have any of that, because I'm told it can make you sick. And this is the type of mandolin that I use. So, getting back to this. This is the potatoes that I'm using, and I want you to see the pan. The pan is really super hot. So when I start adding them in there, it's going to sizzle. Hear it? And that's what I want, because I like crispy, crunchy fried potatoes. Now, David's not here tonight. I wish he was. If he was here, I'd probably make salmon patties too. And maybe one of these days I'll teach you guys how to make salmon patties the way I grew up on them. I really love them. So I'm just going to put all these in here. And what I can't eat, little Miss Ginger will get. She always gets my leftovers. So that's one medium-sized potato. And it'll work out just fine for me. And I have to show you my beans. those are the Christmas limas that are cooking in the bag. So, I'm going to have an excellent dinner, guys. Oh, and I have started using salt, so let me put a little salt on here. So that's about as much salt as I will use. Terrible, ain't I? But it will help a little bit. And I'm told that we need salt, so I'm like, whatever. But, so it's cooking pretty good. In fact, if it starts heating up too good, I'm going to have to slow it down some because my stove gets out of hand. The cooktop is messed up and it just all of a sudden will burn stuff. So, anyways, I'll bring you back in a few. Okay, so here's a tip for you all who do fried potatoes. This is not the way I would do these totally if I was cooking them for the whole family. But because there's not very many in the pan and I don't want to deal with it, I'm not going to. But if I were going to make this for my family, I would literally have put a lid on the top of this so that all of these would be softer, but yet still have that crunchiness. And that's how I cook them. So, well, I think I'm going to leave these back a little bit and take these crunchy ones off of here. So, dinner will be served pretty soon. Check out how pretty it is. It rises nicely and it cooks really good all the way through if you do it the right way. And I just have always cooked pretty much most of this stuff like this without even a recipe. I just know what goes in it and I know what it's supposed to look like and it always comes out. So whenever I get this ready to come out, I'll show you again. Alright folks, this is how I do this. I put this right over top of it and then I'm going to flip it over and I'll show you, I'll bring you back once I get it flipped because I need both hands to do this. Alright, I flipped it over and that's what it turns out like every single time. Beautiful. So it's really hot, but I'm flipping it over again because I like it to be up this way. And that's what's left over of the potatoes. I'm going to cut me a slice of this and put it on my plate and show you what I got to eat. Alrighty, so that's about what I got to eat. I like a little bit of butter on my cornbread, and sometimes I'll wait just a little while later and get about this much cornbread again and put some honey on it. Oh, honey is so good on it, especially my honey. I really, really love it. These are what the beans look like whenever they're all ready to eat after they've been cooked. And, of course, the fried taters. A meal fit for a queen. Oh, and I can't forget my sweet tea. So, just saying, I know some of y'all may make judgment because, you know, I've gone through the whole bariatric surgery and everything, getting the sleeve, gastric sleeve done. But if I'm going to cheat, I'm going to cheat with something that I really, really enjoy doing. I'm not going to cheat with candy and stuff like that. I'm going to cheat with something that's really good and something that I can enjoy. And it'll be over with tomorrow.